future lawyers. Are you staring at the vastness of current affairs and general knowledge as CLAT 2022 is fast approaching? You must be wondering why this is a relevant section for an aptitude test for law students. Well, we can assure you that you're not alone. So keep away your anxiety, take a deep breath and listen as we simplify this section for you in detail with strategy to prepare effective notes. The CLAT pattern did take a turn from purely objective questions to passage-type questions, taking many law aspirants by surprise. So this section now requires you to apply your mind as well as your knowledge. Furthermore, this is not a section you can avoid or decide to improvise at the exam, since this accounts for a significant 35 to 39 questions out of the total 120 marks in this exam. Hence, stay tuned as we uncover the hacks to prepare effective notes. Why is understanding and strategizing your general awareness section relevant? Quite frankly, as Franklin says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Since this section requires you to have good reading, retention, and being sharp at the application level, you need to strategize how you prepare your notes so that you would enjoy your preparation and would also ace the test. Here, we shall delve into the pattern of the exam and the way to prepare notes in the backdrop of the same. Clues by the consortium. The pattern is changed to passages of 450 words each. This could be from sources ranging across news, journalistic sources, and other non-fiction writing, and may also include legal information or knowledge-based passages. Furthermore, the consortiums also pointed out a few specific aspects which may be included in the exam, which you could read with more focus while you expand your knowledge base of static GK and current affairs, namely contemporary events of significance from India and the world, arts and culture, international affairs, and historical events of continuing significance. Note making is an underrated art which comes in very handy during any competitive examination. Identifying the key topics and the orientation of the exam is the first step towards effective note making, since it helps you narrow down on what's relevant. Newspaper readings and legal news sources. From the above mentioned clues by the consortium, it is clear that you need to focus on content by at least one well-known newspaper, journalistic source, and maybe a few sources of legal news such as live law to increase your chances of having had a primer in the questions you might receive. Skim through the newspaper first and identify the topics of relevance from the above mentioned pointers and jot down important points for future reference. More tricks on how to make effective notes would be addressed in the later part of the video, so stay tuned. You might also be glad to know that Spotify has multiple podcasts which read out the editorial section for you. If you think the editorial section is just too long or you're just too lazy to read, just sit back and tune into these podcasts. GK Notes and Current Affairs magazines and podcasts. You do get multiple books, magazines, and short notes which wrap up the most relevant static GK for you. Check out our videos on best books to prepare for CLAT to know more about which books to refer for each section. One way to avoid painstakingly creating notes is to refer to the many pre-made notes available online across multiple platforms. This gives you yet another excuse to plug in your headphones to Spotify, since there are multiple news podcasts of which I would like to highlight a few, since these have personally assisted me to stay updated on what's happening. 3 Things by the Indian Express, Global News Podcast by BBC News, and In Focus by The Hindu. Keep exploring easier hacks like finding podcasts which could easily get hours of reading into your head in a matter of minutes. If you'd like to make note-making easier if you're watching podcasts, you can search for transcribing websites online. Furthermore, if you'd like your online notes recited to you, check out Natural Reader app where you can copy-paste content and click on play to read anything out to you in the voice and pace you desire. Make it fun. Make learning current affairs and static GK fun. If you do not enjoy the journey, it would not possibly reach the destination either. Make colorful notes so that you would love to look back at it again and read, making revision more enjoyable. Grab some color pens and rediscover the kid in you. Mind mapping. Mind mapping is a technique which would enable yourself to relate topics easily and would make your notes more fun to read. Furthermore, this is recommended as a way to have better memory of your notes content. Here, you connect the subtopics, the points, to the main topics with lines, marker pens, or whatever you'd love to use, so that you can start from the main topic and relate the sub-pieces of knowledge easier, effectively avoiding knowledge getting jumbled inside your head. Here's an illustration for you to better understand mind mapping. Indic Law Instagram. Here's yet another excuse to log into your Instagram without risking the eye of Mama Bear, provided you don't get carried away. Check out the Instagram profile of Indic Law, where we frequently post reels on multiple relevant current affairs and static GK. Save the post and share too to help your fellow CLAT aspirants. Before you go, we'd like to introduce you to an easier way to prepare for CLAT at your own pace or on a scheduled mode as per your conditions and requirements. Indic Law's CLAT preparation courses include self-paced and guided courses by instructors who have already been to CLAT and who've been successful. Get the best tips and keep yourself updated on our very own Indic Law app. You can log on to www.indiclaw.com/CLAT to book a free legal career consultation. All the very best.